It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf. He's been a quarterback's best friend, nearly 1,300 yards receiving on the year. It's the Broncos and the Bills on Monday night.
The NFL is on EA Sports as we bring you a look inside Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Broncos. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. Bringing them out is the #1 overall pick this year, Heisman Trophy winner at Alabama, Bryce Young.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
At the 25-yard line.
Young to throw it. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Javon Hargrave in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now Young. That is caught. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 16 yards there. The Bills have a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now Young. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. So the assignment, a tough one here for this defense. You've got a quarterback ranked in the top 5 in passing yards. What do they need to do to try to keep him under wraps?
Well, they didn't sleep a whole lot getting ready for this one. I can guarantee you there's just so much to combat. But I think they're going to zero in on taking away his top target. Double, triple him if they have to. Make the other guys rise up and try and beat them. They'll feel a whole lot better if those guys win in the routes instead of their #1 guy.
Quick throw to Olave. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up second down. When you look at this Bronco defense, it's quite a unit. #1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here is Young. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28.
That's another Bills first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. A solid stiff arm. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play.
That's another Bills first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football.
Here we go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Blue check. Hut, hut.
Again, it's Williams. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line.
On play action, Young. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Javon Hargrave, his 2nd sack of the night. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escapes, and the pressure gets to him again. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
So the Broncos coming out now. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4. And shutting him off, now open field. He's got room at the 30. And finally taken down at the 15. A huge play there for Denver. 47 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
This is caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Tucker now to add the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Now a second down throw for Young. And the Broncos get there and take him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Clause 10. Ready.
On third down, here's Williams. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
After watching that play result, it took me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and we asked him, so how you plan to move the ball against this defense?
He didn't really tip his hand, did he?
No, he didn't. I think it's because he really didn't have an answer. He wasn't quite sure how he was going to get it done, and that play showed us exactly why he was worried.
Yeah, this #1 defense, they can put that on their highlight reel. They have been able to stop the run all season long. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. A first down carry for Henry. Past the 20. Powering forward. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Derrick Henry. As the first half is winding down.
And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Tucker now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Smash, red. Hut, hut.
Young will set to throw.
Toward the sideline, intercepted.
Picked off by Casey Hayward.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Touchdown Broncos. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown of the night.
And the Broncos are able to extend their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and it is 28-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Denver's offense ready to go again. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if
touchdown! Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Broncos have taken a 5-touchdown lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That throw by Young incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Young. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers down.
Broncos coming hard, and it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Broncos get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Bills ready to take over. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
5 yards on the play. That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Ready?
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Brings up third and
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
43 rail. Ready?
Now Young. And that's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Bills send the punter out. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier.
Here's Damiere Byrd to return from his end zone. And he'll only get this back to the 10-yard line. Not too sure what he was doing there. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory.
Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10
from back at their own 10-yard line.
He'll set up to throw from the gun. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. Down the right sideline. He may go. Shoves him aside. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 85 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And that's a sight we feel like we've seen a lot over his career. But remember, for Russell Wilson, 3 in his first year as a Bronco last year and only 15 in the last 8 years. But he still knows how to use those wheels when necessary, and he takes care of business right there.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
2nd down and 6 now.
Just short of midfield.
Ready.
Again, it's Young. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Young.
The pass caught by Olave.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
That's another Buffalo Bills. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The play fake. Now Young. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
At the 14-yard line.
Young off the play fake.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Ready.
To the air once more, Young. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here we go. Here we go. Set, cut.
One last shot for Young. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for